Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Abby with AMP Immigration, and we are here to talk about Trump's first week back in office. A lot happened, a lot of executive orders, a lot of discussion, a lot of lawsuits. So we are here to talk to you about what happened and what of that you should be aware of and how it may impact your case. First, President Trump has declared that there is a national emergency, that there is an invasion at the southern border. And because of this, he has started already to send troops to assist at the southern border to help stem the flow of illegal immigration. And so how this might take shape over time, we aren't quite sure. Troops have already been sent in, but they don't have the standard enforcement abilities that agencies such as CBP does at the border. However, those individuals have been sent down there to provide assistance, and it's also expected that additional barriers will be built in order to stem the flow of illegal immigration. Additionally, persons that are deemed invaders will be restricted from applying for any type of immigration benefits. So generally this will apply to persons at the southern border that are coming to the US to seek asylum. Those individuals have been seemingly declared to be invaders, and they won't be able to apply for asylum like they have been in the past. Second, the CBP One app has been discontinued. So as you'll remember, during the Biden administration, in an effort to stem illegal immigration at the border, it gave an alternative to individuals that were seeking options for asylum in the United States so that they could apply for an appointment to be scheduled to come to the border and be interviewed regarding their claims of asylum. So there are still thousands of people that are waiting to have their interview that was scheduled through the CBP One app. However, Trump, in his discontinuance of this app, also stated that all existing appointments will be canceled. Third, Trump has expanded expedited removal to apply to more persons that are within the United States than it has traditionally been applied to. So traditionally, expedited removal applied to persons that were apprehended within 14 days of their entry to the United States and within 100 miles of the border. And what that allowed immigration to do was remove those individuals without giving them the full rights to a court hearing that they may otherwise be entitled to. However, this expedited removal has been expanded to apply to all persons within the United States if they were apprehended within 2 years of their entry. For that reason, for anyone that has been in the United States for more than 2 years, it's advisable that you gather documentation to prove that you have been in the United States for that long so that you can request the right to have a court hearing in front of an immigration judge. Fourth, in an effort to detain more individuals that are removable from the United States, certain traditional safe places are no longer considered safe. So it's clear from the executive actions that were announced that there is a renewed push to detain as many people as possible that are removable from the United States, regardless of whether or not they have a criminal history. And in an effort to do so, those individuals are no longer considered safe in certain locations, such as churches and schools, where formerly individuals were considered not to be subject to immigration enforcement actions. Fifth, one of the executive orders states that individuals in the United States without legal status should not be given work permits. Now, on the face of it, that may seem sort of obvious, but there are a lot of individuals in the United States without legal status that are actually allowed to reside in the United States. So presumably this is meant to apply to those individuals, such as persons that are seeking asylum, but that application is pending, perhaps persons given deferred action, or perhaps persons that have applied for their adjustment of status to become permanent residents, but those applications have yet to be approved yet. So we have yet to see how this will apply, but presumably instructions will be coming out soon. Sixth is President Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship in the United States. So the US Constitution provides a right for individuals that are born in the United States to become US citizens at birth, regardless of the immigration status of their parents. But what this executive order does is states that individuals born in the United States are only born as US citizens if one or both of their parents are permanent residents or US citizens. Now, this is broadly considered to be unconstitutional, which is why it has resulted in numerous lawsuits across the country. In one lawsuit in particular, it has resulted in a temporary stay of the order, and so that will have to play out in court while that order has been, or the executive order has been temporarily stayed. So stay tuned. That is obviously a very important executive order that impacts quite a lot of people, but it will certainly be challenged, most likely all the way up to the Supreme Court. Finally, separate from President Trump's actions is an action taken by Congress to pass the Laken-Riley Act. Now, what this act does is it expands mandatory detention of certain non-citizens that have been arrested for, charged with, or convicted of certain types of criminal activities, such as theft, burglary, or shoplifting. Now, that's not an exhausted list, but what's important to note about this is that it does not require a conviction. So the simple arrest or charging of this crime can result in the mandatory detention of these individuals. Though Congress has passed the Laken-Riley Act, it still has to be signed into law by President Trump, but it's expected that that will take place very soon. These are a lot of significant changes that have taken place very quickly and are certain to face a lot of legal challenges in court. But be prepared for these changes and how they may impact your case. If you have a pending immigration case, make sure you understand what that case is and what route it's likely to go down so that you understand if these changes could impact you or those you care about. If you think that there's a chance that you may be detained and that it could impact your family, make sure that you are prepared for that and that you have a plan in place, especially if you have children that may rely on friends or family to take care of them in your absence. Make sure that those individuals have the documentation that they're going to need. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And if you have any questions or concerns, please post them below in the comments and we'll be happy to respond to you. Stay safe out there and we'll see you next time.